Welcome back to Radio Entrepreneurs. I'm Jonathan Friedman alongside David Reske, and we're at the offices of NowSpeed. David, it's good to be here.
Thanks for coming. It's great to talk to entrepreneurs.
Absolutely. And our next guest up on Radio Entrepreneurs is Juliet Gil. Juliet's with Nonverbally Speaking. Welcome, Juliet.
Oh, thank you so much.
Welcome to Radio Entrepreneurs. Why don't you tell our listeners a little bit about your company and what you guys do?
Well, thank you for having me here. So I'm the owner of Nonverbally Speaking. I do body language training, so it's all about nonverbal communication. I'll tell you a little bit about how I got into body language. In 2011, I was straight out of college. I had an internship at a construction company, which is a world that's dominated by men. I was struggling to be taken seriously, but I still did a pretty good job. I got promoted to marketing representative 6 months after, then marketing director. I ended up representing 5 construction companies, and I was having lots of construction companies that wanted me to represent them. Now, in this
we know what the nonverbal cues are in the construction industry. You'd only need a couple of fingers on your hand, probably. No, in any industry, probably.
Yeah, but mostly on construction, though. So what happened is I started learning about body language. So I found this statistic that was so interesting. And 60 to 93% of communication is nonverbal. So I wasn't getting the results I wanted, and I was like, oh, maybe I'm focusing too much on my verbal and my technical knowledge. I was so desperate, I started learning engineering, which is not my field. I am an international business manager from Colombia, South America. So I was like, well, maybe there's no need for engineering and, technical construction terms. And I was doing business with the federal government, so all throughout the East Coast, very different cultures in D.C., in Boston, in New York, then Florida or Maine. So I was like, maybe I'm going to be more thoughtful about it, and I started doing my own research, reading all the body language books. I've done all my independent research, right? So that alone gives you a lot of knowledge and, ground to guide somebody or train somebody. And I also have a body language certification from Science of People. So they have a database of over 2,500 scientific-based research. So what we do is we take a very complex, boring scientific study and we translate it into actionable and tactable strategies that you can use right away. So, for example, there's a really amazing TED Talk by Amy Cuddy on power posing. So there's a very simple way of teaching power posing and what it does to your body. So you explain, for example, the scientific part in a very simple way. For example, if you power pose, which is like a Superman stance, right? Or a Wonder Woman stance. So it's very broad. If you do that for 5 minutes, your testosterone levels will go up and your cortisol levels will go down. And Amy Cuddy is from Harvard University. We have so many from Massachusetts. I'm so proud. MIT also does a lot of body language research. And this is all available and ready for us to do something about it and work on it.